How's it going, ladies and versus up? I'm Sixkilla. Welcome back to Danganronpa THH. I think we're on the home stretch now. We are back out of the trash, back in the school, thanks to Kyoko. I don't think any of the other students are aware of it yet, but we've got to figure out who the mastermind is and prove it in a trial, I think, to get out of here. Let's get back to it. Kyoko, thank you. Everything I have now is because of you.
However...
Don't thank me just yet, the real battle is still ahead of us. Yeah, true. But still, I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal, but honestly, why would the mastermind agree to that? I mean, they don't stand to gain anything from a final showdown, do they?
So...
They had no choice but to accept. Huh?
Because...
It's all because that one moment that the mastermind let their guard down, like I said. So when was it that the mastermind let their guard down?
So...
I wasn't there to hear it myself, but do you remember what the mastermind said? They said that they'd hijacked the airwaves to broadcast our school life to the outside world, right? Yeah, they definitely said that.
Listen.
And what do you think when you heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right? Well, I mean, the idea of actually taking over the airwaves seems so unbelievable.
Indeed.
You don't exactly read about something like that happening very often, so it's hard to imagine. In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull off.
However...
And yet somehow the mastermind was able to do it.
In other words...
But think of it another way. There must have been some reason they had to do something that difficult. A reason?
So...
They had to show the world something, no matter the cost, us killing each other. They wanted to show the world.
It would seem...
The mastermind had been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. Like the Hunger Games, yeah. And all the rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. Yeah, that makes sense. If those stupid regulations didn't exist, nobody would have killed anybody.
In other words...
So the mastermind's ultimate goal was to make us kill each other and show that off to the world. But why?
Correct.
To prove a point, most likely. Prove a point?
Hey.
The outside world has a name for the students of Hope's Peak, right? A certain concept. You're talking about hope, right?
That's right.
And for those who represent hope to kill each other and sink into despair, the mastermind wants the world to see that, to try and prove that despair is better than hope. That's their goal, as the ultimate despair. What? They want to prove that despair is better than hope? But that's ridiculous.
It's true.
You're right, it is ridiculous, completely irrational. It's the kind of thing that nobody, but those who call themselves the ultimate despair, would devise. That group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. Well, is that really their only reason for making the rest of us suffer?
Makoto.
I know how angry it must make you, and yet, that same motivation is what led to the mastermind revealing their weakness. What?
In other words...
Because their goal is to broadcast this killing game to the world, the mastermind had to be more particular than is reasonable about their own regulations. If the mastermind simply ignored the rules, this wouldn't be a game but a one-sided slaughter.
At the very least...
At least that's how those who are watching this would have seen it. And that's why the mastermind couldn't kill any of us themselves.
Indeed. That
is precisely the reason. No matter how much they may hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of their regulations. Junko broke the rules and she was punished, but in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me.
Right.
So instead they tried to use the class trial, following all their proper rules to get me killed. They began a trial that didn't have a right answer, then made me out to be the killer. But even that didn't work.
It's true.
Yes, thanks to you. And due to that failure, the mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who also was not the killer. And when that fact was exposed on live TV to the outside world, the mastermind had to accept your suggestion?
Indeed.
To prove the world that despair is better than hope, they have to defeat us in perfect form.
In other words...
It would only do the mastermind harm to have it shown that they violated their own regulations. But all of that was a hunch, right? And you were still able to get the mastermind to accept your challenge? Well, it's only thanks to you that we got that chance, because you believed in me. Another path opened up. Still, I can't believe how much of the mastermind's thoughts and plans you were able to figure out. I didn't have the slightest clue.
Wrong.
In the end, though, I couldn't prove any of it. It was just my reasoning. Essentially, I was making a bet.
Whew.
It looks like I got it right. This time, at least, I won the bet. She let out a quick sigh. I took it as a small sign of relief. To be honest, I haven't been that nervous in a long time. I totally couldn't tell you were nervous at all. You seemed totally confident from the moment we decided to go talk to him. Well, presenting a strong demeanour is a fundamental part of negotiation and persuasion, wouldn't you say? Plus, if I'd showed my uneasiness, that would have just made you that much more uneasy. Yeah, you're probably right, how pathetic.
However...
Anyway, we can't relax just yet. All we've done is earn another chance to fight. We have to win this time, or everything we've gone through will have been for nothing. You're right. If we can't defeat the mastermind, it'll cost us our lives. There's no option except to win.
Hey,
But before we begin the final battle, we have to tell the others what's going on. True, but now we know who our real enemy is, all we have to do is work together with everyone to destroy the mastermind. Work together with everyone?
however,
Is that really possible?
anyway,
Right now we have to go find the others.
shall we go?
They're probably in the dorms somewhere, should we go? But they all think I'm a murderer. That's the problem. They won't want to hang with me. They think I killed, Mukuro. You know? Should I check the food place? And suddenly we were greeted with... okay. You again. Is he broken?
Whew.
Suppose his emotional instability reached its limit. 61. Hard. Yeah. Bye. Jeez, what the heck?
However,
I wonder what that was all about. Couldn't help but let out a sigh of relief.
Is that Makoto?
You guys!
It is! There's no two ways about it. That's Makoto.
Huh? You survived?
Jeez, you're like a stubborn little cockroach, you know that?
Thanks.
I'm just asking to make sure, but you're not a ghost, right?
Everyone was there. All my friends who had struggled together and survived. As soon as I saw their faces, I couldn't help myself. I started to tear up.
What?
Wait, what's that smell?
What the heck?
Yeah, man, that seriously stinks. It's Makoto. He smells like a wet dog. Get away. Shoo. Shoo. And in a flash, my tears dried up. Yes, thanks. So what have you guys been doing while I was gone? Well, we figured that since this trial was over, we'd have access to new places again. And? No dice, all the other rooms were locked. Before, were still locked. So there weren't any new areas. Then where can we go to find new clues? I still can't believe you survived. Yeah, me either. Do you realize why it is you escaped execution? It was alter ego. He saved my life.
That's right.
Not too many people could say they had their lives saved by a computer program. I imagine it was a learning experience for you. Shut up.
Yo,
Makoto, what's it like hanging out in the spirit world? I didn't go to the spirit world.
you know?
Did you get to talk to her? No. Miss Cleo. No, I didn't talk to her. I mean, I didn't go to the spirit world. I mean, who the heck is Miss Cleo? What the hell is going on? You stink. Are you rotten?
I'm telling you!
Rotten physically, mentally, every way you can be rotten, says the serial killer. Sorry, I was rolling around in garbage for a while. The smell is so smelly. Super smelly. You smell even worse than me. Way worse than me. I win. She seems happy for some reason.
Makoto.
There's no time to indulge in an extended happy reunion. We need to explain to everyone what happened with Monokuma.
Yes.
Explain? Explain what? But is it okay you're here? What if the mastermind catches you?
It's true.
That's related to what I have to tell you all. I need to tell you about the last class trial. Last class
In
trial?
other words,
We're gonna redo Makuro's trial.
Huh?
What, seriously?
How about that?
What's the point of redoing it? Makoto killed her, right? No, I didn't do it, like I keep telling you.
wrong.
Makoto wasn't the killer, and of course it's not me or any of you. Then who is it?
I see.
What she's saying is it was the work of the mastermind. What, you're saying the mastermind killed Makuro?
That's right.
It was an elaborate trap contrived by the mastermind. Makoto spotted the trap in time and did what he had to stop it.
However,
But his decision meant he would be the one to die.
What did you say?
You spotted the trap, did you, Makoto? I made it sound like it was easy. I just, you know.
however,
But executing Makoto who wasn't the Blackened is a clear violation of the school regulations. The rules state that only the Blackened is to be executed. The mastermind broke their own rules. Which is why I went and negotiated with them to have the trial one more time.
Huh?
And the mastermind agreed? Does that mean they really did break the rules? They had no choice but to agree. You used the TV broadcast to gain the leverage you needed, didn't you?
correct.
Very observant of you.
Naturally.
I recall what you said at the end of the last trial. When you said, now it's the mastermind that's ensnared. That's what you're referring to.
Don't be mean!
Hey, I'm totally in the dark here, as usual. For anyone who doesn't understand, you can ask Kyoko to explain it again, later. So knowing all this, what do we do now?
About that.
It's about who killed Makura, right? So our job is to expose the mastermind. But there's more to it than that, correct? Yeah. For us to win this time, we have to solve every last mystery surrounding the school. Every last mystery.
But
I've been looking around all this time, we still don't know anything, right?
Anyway,
You probably guessed already, but if we lose this time, everyone dies.
Oh no!
Everyone?
I hate you.
Hey, you said you could agree to those terms without talking to the rest of us. I'm fine with things the way they are. I'm fine living here forever with my master. I mean, meanwhile, I want to get out of here as soon as humanly possible.
anyway,
At this point, the only way for us to survive is to unravel the truth. In other words, one decisive final battle. A rather interesting development, I'd say.
but
Figuring out who the mastermind is and how they killed Makuro, and all the school's mysteries, it's a pretty tall friggin' order. Maybe, but this time the trial's different. We know who our enemy is now. So if we work together and search as hard as we can, I'm sure we'll solve all those mysteries. I'm not so sure about that. Huh? I can't agree with the idea of working together with everyone. You can't agree? Why not? I mean, working together with everyone seems like the most obvious way to solve all the mysteries.
indeed.
That's what I thought too, at first. Until Monokuma gave us a little hint. Yeah, that one of these people is the mastermind. Hint? It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough puns. Here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but the killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students, and the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students.
I see.
Monokuma said that, did he? Then Kyoko's opinion is perfectly reasonable. But why?
So, in other words,
If the mastermind really is the one who killed Makuro, as Kyoko says, then the mastermind would have to have set foot in the school, right? Monokuma could probably murder Makuro, but there's no way he could have disguised the scene
in
like
other
that.
words,
But according to Monokuma, the only people who have set foot in Hope's Peak are the 16 students who have been taking part in the killing game. Then the mastermind is one of us, yes. There were 15 of us in the main hall at the very beginning, and in Makuro, he gets 16. So the mastermind would have to be one of them.
that's right.
And of those 16 people we started out with, the only ones still alive are the people standing right here. Need I continue, or do you get it now?
What?
You're saying the mastermind is one of us?
no way!
You can't be serious. The only one smart enough would be Byakuya or Kyoko, maybe Toko. That would be it. Wait, we can't say for sure that that's true yet. Monokuma might have just said all that to confuse us.
Indeed.
It's certainly a possibility, but only one among many. The mastermind being one of us is also a possibility. And that is one possibility we can't ignore. Yeah, I mean, they're an ultimate, right? The ultimate despair, so they must be a high schooler. We can't say it's not possible. But if one of us were the mastermind, they'd have to be controlling Monokuma somehow, right? Did you ever see anyone acting suspicious anytime Monokuma was active?
Well,
Maybe they snuck off and controlled him in secret.
but
I don't care how sneaky you are, we would have noticed someone sneaking off that many times.
I'm right, right?
Then maybe Monokuma was on autopilot? Maybe they loaded up all the dialogue and actions beforehand? In that case, there's no way he could have had all those back and forth conversations with us. Well, it wouldn't be entirely impossible if they directed the flow of the conversation. Maybe, but still. Bedtime. Yeah?
This is a school announcement. You've all probably figured this
Not
out
beaten.
by now, but at this point, the killing game has now entered true ending mode. So, in the name of fairness, I will unlock every room in the school. Look wherever you want. Solve the mystery in whatever way you see fit. Then we can all meet up at the class trial, okay?
How very magnanimous of him to unlock all the rooms.
That's fine.
The time for talk is done. Now we need to begin our investigation. But I was planning on working alone from the beginning
In the
anyway.
name of my family.
At this point I can only rely on myself, on the Tagami blood flowing through my veins. I have no time to worry about the rest of you. Each of you must uphold your responsibility.
Goodbye.
Are we working with Kyoko? After making his final statement, Byakuya left the dining hall. Master, he didn't take me with him.
Hey.
Do you blame him? Without Master, the rest of you are like coffee with cream without the cream. Or coffee. You're totally useless. So bye. With that, Toko trudged out of the dining hall. And now she's gone. When you're going off on by yourself, right, Kyoko?
Indeed.
That's right. It just leaves Makoto, Hina, and me.
You know?
In that case, I'm gonna go by myself too.
Just a second.
Wait, how come?
How about that?
Just wait and see, I'm gonna use my totally awesome spirit powers to figure out the mastermind's identity. Yeah, we'll see how that works out for you. Laughing loudly, Hiro left the dining hall. Everyone's really gonna go off by themselves. What about you, Hina? I guess I'll do the same thing.
But,
I mean, it's not that I don't trust everyone, you know?
I mean,
But up till now, I haven't really been all that useful. I just depended on Sakura and everybody else. You're not useless. If you hadn't been here, I would have died. Makoto? It's really nice of you to say.
but,
Still, I know I've mostly been totally useless.
okay.
So I figure, at least here at the end, maybe I can find something that will help us get out of here. So I'm going to go off and do it on my own. See you later. Hina was surprisingly high spirits as she dashed out of the dining hall. And once again, it's just us two.
Indeed.
So you're going to go off on your own too, right, Kyoko?
However,
Well, don't misunderstand. Just because we're going to do our searches separately doesn't mean we can't still work together.
so...
That goes for all of us. I think I see what you mean. Doing our own investigation doesn't mean we can't work together in the end. I should just see it as splitting up to cover more ground. And then we can get back together and share what we found. Yeah, that's right.
So then...
Well, I'd better get going. I have an endless list of things I need
Correct.
to check. Monokuma said all the doors in the school have been unlocked, right? So we should be able to investigate every nook and cranny in the school. We can visit all the places we couldn't go
Makoto.
before. No matter what it takes, we have to uncover the truth, by any means necessary. With that, Kyoko was gone, leaving only me. I don't have time to waste either. I have to begin my search. I still can't believe the mastermind might be one of us. So that's what I have to prove. I'll prove that the mastermind isn't one of us. I'll expose the mastermind's true identity and solve the mystery of this skill. And then we can all escape together. I guess I'll start by taking a look at Makuro's Monokuma file. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife which went completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. Once we find out who killed Bakuro Ikisawa, then we'll know who the mastermind is. So where should I start my investigation to figure out who the killer is? I guess I should start with the rooms that were locked until now. The Headmaster's room, the biolab, and the door on the data center with Monokuma's face on it. Oh, and the second floor of the dorms, where the gate was down before. That should be open now, right? What? The second floor of the dorms where the gate was down before? Second floor of the dorms. After that, I'll have to double check the areas that are connected to the murder, which means the garden and the dojo. Time to get started. That's a lot of shit to do. What is the second floor dorms? I don't remember that area. Oh, this is what they were talking about. This is where the second floor dormitory is. Alright, let's check that out. The gate's open. We can finally check out the second floor of the dorms, which means I have to do it. Holy crap. This is the second floor of the dorms? Looks like some ancient ruins. Well, no, it's more like a battlefield. Like a bomb blew up here or something. Like red blood. Well, Kyoko said we were going to be surprised. This room looks okay. Hey, it's the same as the rooms we were already in. The bed is completely torn apart. I mean, it's not even a bed anymore. It's just garbage. Coin. Man, we gotta use the Monokuma machine again soon. Which I don't like the idea of at all. I opened the door just a crack, glanced inside and immediately closed it again. There wasn't even a hint of a bathroom, just a big pile of rubble. So there's nothing in this room. That's a shame. We got a toilet. This is the girls' bathroom. Even in a place like this, I can't bring myself to go in. Are you serious? Suck it up, dude. I'm trying to invest. We'd rather die than check out the girls' bathroom. There's nothing in here. This is a nice bathroom though, man. Way nicer than the ones we've got. It's a giraffe poking through a door. Oh, lockers. This room is filled with lockers. It must have been for the Hope Speak students who came before us. The class before ours must have used these lockers. Oh no, we can click on all of them? I can't imagine any way to get this locker open. I'm not even going to bother trying. There's a metal plate mounted to the locker. There's no way to get it open. I wonder if I can open this locker. Nope. Locked. There's a card reader installed in the door. That must be how you get the locker open. And after all, it's pretty similar to the card readers for the locker rooms on the second floor of the school. All you have to do is use your e-handbook to open those up. So does that mean... Let's just give it a try. Took out my handbook and ran it across the card reader. And then... No luck. Maybe only the locker's owner can open it, which means none of us can do it. Okay, well, none of those worked. Absolutely zero. I tried them all, though. So you can't say I wasn't dedicated. It was just a waste of time at the same time. Last room. Ooh, fancy bedroom, man. This room doesn't really feel like a student's room. It is more an adult atmosphere.
Correct.
It's the headmaster's private room. Kyoko.
Indeed.
I've been through this room several times already, but I still have one little regret. So I decided to check it out one more time. Huh? A regret? What does that mean? Kyoko looks almost meek right now. She must be thinking about something. I probably shouldn't bother her. But I like bothering people. Computer. My god, a 4:3 aspect ratio PC monitor. Yuck. It's an LCD as well. There's a PC on the desk. It must have belonged to the headmaster.
It would seem...
That's so early 2000s. Whoever used this last, it looks like they were very interested in the ultimate despair. The PC still has some search results left on it. Then we might be able to get some info on the ultimate despair.
However,
There's not much though. Nothing we don't already know.
in other words,
The ultimate despair isn't one individual, but instead points to some kind of group. That group is responsible for the tragedy which happened 1 year ago. They're the worst sorts of people whose driving force comes from despair.
however,
And that's all there is, not much to it, is there? But I guess that's the best we could do as a complete Kirigiri failure. But any information about the mastermind is helpful, right? I appreciate whatever info we can get our hands on. I see. That's a good outlook to have. Okay. That's something. Why is there so much to click on here? The desk is home to a computer. It must have belonged to the headmaster. Coin! A leather chair. I can't imagine a student using something like this. Must have been the headmaster's. It's nice. Is that a secret door? There's a strange gap in the wall. Is this some kind of design mistake or a construction defect or something?
so...
There's a gap here, but not just any normal gap. I can feel a breeze coming out. A breeze?
Indeed.
There's likely an open space on the other side of this wall. Open space? Does that mean... You mean like a hidden room? I think I might know how to open it. You know how to open it? Did you figure out some kind of trick or something?
Indeed.
A very easy trick, yes. So easy I'm not sure you can even call it a trick. I saw a program on the PC I think controls it. Enter the right password and the door should open right up.
However,
Well, I don't have a clue what the password might be. All we know is it's probably made up of letters and or numbers. We can't really go from there. You're right, that's not nearly enough to
It's
go
true.
on. I looked through all his paperwork, all the files on the PC, everything I could think of. I learned more about him than I had any desire to, but nothing that might have been his password. When I think about how much time I wasted on this. Jeez. So there's a hidden room she can't get into, that's what she meant by regret. I think you can assume there's some kind of clue waiting in there. But maybe for her there's more to it than that. Anyway, if we want to get in there we need to figure out the password, and if Kyoko can't figure it out, no way do I stand a chance. No, wait, there might be a chance. The password could be something Kyoko wouldn't have thought of, or something she didn't want to think of. It could be Kyoko. For example, what about your name?
what?
Oh, sorry, I was just trying to think of what the password might be. I'm sure she's hasn't tried it. I mean, it's totally understandable. After the way she talked about her dad, the idea that he would use her name as his password, knowing how she is, I bet the idea never occurred to her. Do you mind if I try it, just to be sure?
Well,
It's not like you need my permission. If you want to try it, try it. Do whatever you want. Okay.
it would seem... However,
Yeah. Alright. Let's do it. You know, I'm glad I thought of trying Kyoko's name, but if it's not that might hurt Kyoko even more.
hey,
If you're worried about me, Makoto, don't be. I already know that your guess is wrong. Okay? In that case, here goes nothing. Of course it's gonna work. I collected myself, then turned to face the computer monitor. Let me just type the password here. I typed their full name. Kyoko Kirigiri. My hands are tense, slightly trembling as I finish typing it in. What? That did it? Kyoko, it worked!
Why?
Kyoko? Without looking at me, she disappeared into the hidden room. She looked grim. Kyoko? Hey, Kyoko. Is that her, right there in the picture? I may as well have not even been in the room. Her gaze is fixed on one thing. A present, wrapped and covered with such joy. That's what made it so unusual. There's a brightly coloured box here. It seems totally out of place in here. The more I look at it, the more suspicious I get. Should we open it? I'm getting kind of a bad vibe from it. I mean, can we not open it? Okay.
Makoto.
Be careful, Makoto. Why do you think it's dangerous? You think it's dangerous? No, not dangerous, but surprising, probably. Huh?
It would seem...
If it is what I think it is, at the very least, it's not something you'll be happy to see. Wait, so you know what's in there?
Anyway...
Just don't scream or anything, okay? Oh, is it a head or something? Are you saying it's something that'll make me want to scream? Okay, I'm just gonna open it. Step by heavy step, I approached the box. I took a deep breath, and then took a hold of the lid. Slowly, ever so slowly, I lifted it up. Light began to sneak its way into the box. I stole a hesitant glance inside and... Kyoko's advice was no use. I let out a trembling cry. What was in the box? It was bones. Human bones. It's the last thing I expected to find in such a bright, joyful box. I mean, who could have possibly imagined?
I see.
Just as I thought. What? Human bones. Kyoko said, just as I thought, I have to find... Okay. I wanted to look around. Just as you thought, how could you have known that? I mean, there were bones in there. Human bones. Well, it's not that I was thinking of bones specifically, it's just I had a feeling it would be his body. That's pretty much the same thing, a dead guy in a box. My father. Huh? What about him?
Correct.
What you found in the box? Those bones, that body. That's my father. Or at least what's left of him. Are you serious? This is Kyoko's dad? The same man she's been searching for? Hold on, how can you know that for sure? How do you know that's him?
So...
Given all the information we have already, that's the only possible answer. So that same person may very well be the mastermind who planned all this out, and according to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. It seems possible, even likely, that he's somewhere in this school right now. It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I've told you this already, but the killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students, and the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. Alter Ego said that the headmaster was probably here in the school, but the only ones who were alive at the start of the killing game were us 16 students. When you put those two ideas together, it doesn't take much to
in
assume
other words...
that most likely my father was in the school, but he was also dead. That was my assumption anyway. As Kyoko explained her analysis, she was completely calm. Well, no, she wasn't calm. She was only trying to seem calm. She said it was just as she thought, so she knew it was a possibility, but I have to believe that at some point she wanted to be proven wrong. Which is why she never looked in the box herself, even though she had plenty of chances. I know Kyoko said she wanted to see her father so she could cut off all ties. But was that all there was to it? I gave up some of that pride. In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing that it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. Would she really give up her pride just for that? I couldn't help but wonder. This picture. It's all faded, it must be pretty old. Wait, is this a picture of... Hey, Kyoko.
Why would you...
Well, this is annoying. I came here to cut myself free of the past, and yet... to now find something like this? So what do you expect me to do now? Then I was right. There's a picture of Kyoko when she was a little girl. Clearly. Knowing the headmaster had this picture all this time, he must have really cared about her.
Why?
What? I wanted to face him and tell him myself, to cut him out of my life for abandoning me. That's the whole reason I came here. And now he's abandoned me again? And this time he stole the only opportunity I had to move on? Has there ever been a worse father? Kyoko. This filing cabinet seems like a place you'd find a clue. I should take a closer look, but I don't think Kyoko would like some stranger touching her dad's stuff.
Hey.
It's fine, check whatever you want. You sure? Okay then. I went through each drawer one by one, starting from the top, but all I found were piles and piles of unrelated documents. He was pretty dedicated to his job, huh?
Well?
Just because he didn't have anything else. He could have inherited our family business, our legacy, instead he left it all behind.
Now, if
he couldn't even handle a job like this, he would have been that much more of a failure. I'm sure he couldn't stand the thought of that, and it made him desperate. You're pretty harsh, man. The Headmaster's Desk. It's probably hiding some kind of clue. I really want to check it out, but I don't really want to touch Kyoko's dad's desk without her permission.
Hey.
Don't worry about me. Feel free to look around as much as you like.
Because...
You sure? Never let anything get in the way of the investigation. I don't. Okay then, if you don't mind. Starting from the top, I opened all the desk drawers and looked inside. I rummaged through each one, finding nothing but unrelated documents. But in the last drawer... Is this... It's an e-handbook, right? And has a label on it that says in case of emergency. I found some kind of emergency handbook in the Headmaster's desk.
In other words...
A handbook with no limitations, given to the school's ultimate authority, the Headmaster. Does that mean I can open all those lockers now? I'm assuming that's what it is. I think you're probably right. It might prove useful as we continue our investigation. Why don't you hold on to it? Huh? But Kyoko? I don't need it. If you don't want it, go ahead and leave it here. Then I guess I'll take it. Is it really okay? Yes. She already said it was okay.
Hey.
Listen, Makoto. Can I ask you a favor? A favor? What is it? I know it's completely unreasonable to ask you this, and I know it'll only inconvenience you that much more, but could you leave? Huh?
Correct.
Just for a little while. I'd like to be alone for a bit. Kyoko, don't worry, I'm fine. I just need to calm down a little.
Just a second.
I need to get my emotions in order. You know, Kyoko, you told me before about the relationship you had with your dad. How you're only connected by blood, not by heart and soul. But maybe that picture motivated him. Maybe he hoped to see me again someday. Is that what you were going to say? If so, it's just a theory. And this isn't an issue that can be settled with theories. That picture doesn't change the facts of what happened, what I went through. The problem can't be solved so easily. You're right, I'm sorry. Once I got myself under control, I'll return the investigation immediately. So please, just give me some time to myself. Okay, I understand. Then I'll see you later. Is she really okay? Kyoko, it must have been a complete shock to her. I mean, it was a shock to me. To find out what happened to the Headmaster? There's no doubt the Mastermind performed that evil deed. They killed the Headmaster, killed Kyoko's father. They killed him. The Headmaster is dead. The one leading Hope's Peak staff, the one who finalized the plan to isolate you, was the Hope Peak's Headmaster. So that same person may very well be the Mastermind who planned this all out. And according to the files, the Headmaster is a man in his late 30s. It seems possible, even likely, that he's somewhere in the school right now. Well, we were wrong about that. The Headmaster wasn't the Mastermind, which means the Mastermind's true identity is... Yeah, we've been over this how many times now? The same text right there. 15 of us met in the mail hall, and Makuro to the mix. Add Makuro to the mix, you get 16, including me. Only 6 of us are still alive. Everyone else is dead. Even Makuro. Even she's undeniably dead. So the ones still left alive are... me, Byakuya, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and Kyoko. Only 6 people are still alive. Then there's no question. Wait, no, there can't be. I refuse to believe it. There has to be some other way. There just has to be. Alright, we're going to wrap this one up here because we're shitloads out of time for today and we've got a lot still to explore before we're ready for the next trial. So I'll leave it here. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me and I'll see you in the next one.